How are you, Miss Sienna?
I'm very good. How are you?
I am wonderfully blessed as always. Thank you so much.
You look it.
Thank you. I love the movie.
Good.
And I love your character in it. She's not your typical movie wife.
No.
Right?
No, she was I loved her too. I really loved playing this woman. I think she's dignified and courageous and feminist while also being left at home and raising children. She's a really good example of how to live a dignified life, I think.
She holds the family together.
Yes.
Right? And she's always the first, I noticed this, you know, so there's a jungle scene, and all of a sudden, like, cut to, I mean, no, nothing like, fast forward to 10 years later. I mean, just hard cut, and then it's you in the UK, and you're like, wow. And in the beginning, it was jarring, but yet you get it.
This film works on you in quite a mysterious way. I mean, it's an old-fashioned movie, and those are my favorite. You know, it's like a 1970s movie. If you're a fan of cinema, you should sit with this because it starts and it meanders. By the end of it, I think it's got hold of your heart, and you know who these people are, and you've had a proper experience with them, and that's a masterful filmmaker. I'm so proud of it. Yeah.
It is quite. Well, here's the thing. Can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
I was watching the film, I'm like, oh my God, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
How am I gonna survive this? But then I got there, and I was captivated. I had to hold my pee.
Did you? You couldn't pee, and I know, because you didn't want to miss it. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
I heard that you really lobbied hard for the character too. That's how much you love the character.
I really fought to make her not just the wife. I feel like I've played wives, and in the hands of the wrong filmmaker, this part would have ended up on the cutting room floor. She would have been just sidelined and ignored. And I think that it's very important for women to have a voice in these films, because there's no way he could have done what he did without the support of this woman. It's thought-provoking, and yes.
Well, she propels the movie, the story forward as well. There's that one little thing that she did that propels the story forward.
Absolutely.
And I thought, wow, that's brilliant.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How was it working on the set? I mean, was there any challenges in your part playing it?
I found it really lonely playing this character. I also, because I like to torture myself, everybody was living in Belfast City. I decided to move on my own to be by the sea in Ireland. So I had my daughter, and my nanny was with me, and her father was in and out. But I felt I deliberately isolated myself, so it was quite a lonely, solipsistic experience. And she was frustrated. I think it was difficult to be a woman in that time, and I felt frustrated for a lot of this shoot. It wasn't the easiest job I've ever done. I felt quiet, but it worked. We were all in our own little zones.
Right. What do you think after, you know, you've done your research, you've read the book, all that stuff, do you believe that there's really there's a lost city of Z?
There is, for sure. They've found evidence. I mean, there is so much out there that we don't know about. And now with archaeological sort of photography and x-raying the ground, they can find more and more. But there is proof, yes, that this city existed. Yes, and it way predates our own civilization. So all those pompous Englishmen calling these people savages when actually they were far more civilized than we were.
Wow. I want to see Wonder Woman in there. And the
yes.
Amazon jungle.
Wow, I want to play her. Let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.